Well, let's take a look at the day chart for the MNQ. And, I'm not going to try to pat myself on the back or anything. That's the 15-minute chart right there you're looking at. It's a red day, and we've caught some shorts and we caught some longs. And I knew if it was a red day that I needed to be very careful when I went long. And I'm going to go over those trades in a minute. Shorting would have been better to hold if I was going to hold. But again, let's look at the 15-minute chart. You can see that even the shorts, they just came right back up into a range. So it's a very, very tough day to trade. We are green. So I am happy to report that, wow, I was very careful. I lost one trade. I was very careful not to take bad trades. So let's start with the first trades here that I did. I think I did some before the market opened. Okay, I found it. You can see here they tried to get long, and you can see right from this chart it's trending up. The problem is my exponential time chart was not trending up. So here on the left side in this same circle is where I took the trade. You can see how everything's down. Now, the reason why I did take it was because price had gotten up over the 20 EMA and it was starting to consolidate. And you can see that on the right side how it's going sideways a little bit. I said, let me try a little breakout right here. But let's look real close. And because we still had a downward in the higher tick chart, we still had a downward feel to it. I was very careful. So what I did was, you could see that I got long right over here. I got long right here. Let's see, right here. And I forgot where my stop was at. But it went up and it started coming back down. I just went to break even. So I got like a point profit on that, and then it just went straight down from there. So I'm happy about the execution. I may have taken a questionable trade, and if I take a questionable trade, if I take a trade that's just not beautiful, I like to break even as fast as possible, take a 1-to-1 if it gives me that quickly, and just be grateful. I could have shorted over here, and you'll see on the exponential chart that was a great little setup area. It was right over here in this area right here, breaking down. And I didn't take it. So that's why it's in the circle. You had some really, really good, look at this pintail up here. And the breakdown consolidation, you had all kinds of things going on. It looked really good in different spots, and even right over here. I don't know. I guess after that close call at the top, I was like a little too nervous or whatever. But the next trades weren't until the market opened, and I was just examining different opportunities. So we have the next trade at 9:55, looks like. So I really waited. Oh, I had an 8:05 trade. Let's go back to the 8:05 area and see. Oh, that was because I switched accounts. There it is, the 8:05. I did take a short right there. I was wondering why that was there. I knew my idea and my thinking were, okay, so what happened right here was I took two trades. You can see that, why did I try to go long? Or was it, I tried to short down here at the bottom. Let's look at this closely. Yeah, I tried to short right here, and it stopped me out. And I guess I was too tight. I was using the 100 tick chart on that, and it looked better on the 100 tick chart. I got to take a look at that because it's around 8:04. Let's go back to 8:04 on the 100 tick chart here and see what's going on with that, because I want to see my thinking. There it is. Let's examine that real close. Yeah, it was choppy. And I was thinking that it was going to break down on these pintails, right? I thought it was going to break down right here. So I took the trade right here, and I didn't want it to go over these pintails, and it did. It just whipped. I could have had my stop higher, you know. And I guess another thing about the sell area, we were selling right over here on this side on the exponential higher time chart. Yeah, I guess that's good. That was just a mistake. But I got right back in it when I saw the behavior and how fast it was going. Sometimes you can read the price action and you get it right. So I got right back in right here, and we exited on this drop down here. So that put me in the green because the win was more than the loss. And that's what I'm talking about. Keep the losses small and have the winners be bigger is all I can tell you. Okay, so that was the two trades at 804 and 806-ish. So the next ones are at 9, looks like 915, 914. Let's take a look at that. 915, 914. Really want to examine every trade because it's so important to get that right. 915, 914. Here we go. Now, what was I doing? I was trying to short this, and it was a break even. Where was I at on the short on this thing? And why did I get out so quickly? Well, on the exponential side, you can see right over here, it was short in this area, and then it started going up. I thought it was going to bounce and rotate, come off those MAs, but it just kept going right up. I thought it was going to bounce. Oh, I thought it was going to bounce off that pivot level. Yeah, this is it. See, there's a pivot level over here, right here, that I was looking for it to bounce off of. So I was going short right there. Let's go back to this. Right in this area right here, I was looking for this to rotate down. That's exactly why I took that trade. It's exactly. Now, I could have gotten a 1-to-1 on it, but let's take a look at that. No, it didn't. It did. Maybe it would have ticked in. Maybe it wouldn't have. Sometimes you miss it by one tick, but it barely made. I could have broke even, and I ended up breaking even on it anyway. So even if I would have waited for it to drop down, I would have moved my stop to break even. It would have come up and break even. So either way, that would have been a break even trade. So now it's the 1015 or the 955. Let's go to 955 next. 955 next. Let's see what happened with that trade there. And it's possible I switched accounts. Let's go to the simulator and see what happened. There it is. So yeah, here's a trade right here. And we got out way up here. That was a winner. That was a nice winner. Why'd I go long right there? That's a good question. That's a good question. Let's look on this and see why in the world did I go long. Okay, you can see the exponential time charts here. It's starting to rotate up. Yeah, right there. Right there where I got long is this circle right here where it's breaking out. Let's take a look. Yeah, it's breaking out of the trend line. It's consolidating and it's starting to push up. So that's why I took it. And we got out just before it came back down. Now, it eventually would have stopped me out. So, we take that trade. Probably could have got another trade right over here. Yeah. Because on the exponential time chart, it came down to both trend lines and the moving averages and bounced and started going back up. So that's this area right here that I could have taken a trade right in this area here, but I didn't. But, you see, so that was the 955 trade. And we have the 1007 and the 1015. So let's look at those last two trades. 1007 right here. This was a loss. Yeah, you can see on the exponential how I thought it was going to keep going, man, because it was breaking out and bouncing and it started pushing up real good. Let's see here. Oh, so after it was coming down and bounced, started going up, right here in this area right there is where I wanted to take it on the exponential time chart. And over here is where it was taken on the lower time chart. So you could see the reason behind it. It was bullish going up over the top of the moving averages. But it just decided to boom, 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 go down. And when it went down, I stopped out fast. Right under that pivot, I stopped out as fast as possible where I should have stopped out. So it stopped out good, right? So that was 10:07, and we got 10:15. Looks like our last trade. Let's take a look at that. Here it is. And that was a winner too. Right here. Something about it just said, give it a shot. You know, I recorded it all in my live stream, but yeah, right there. Oh yeah. See the circle here on the exponential time chart? And it would have come down and lower than this pivot here. So eventually it did come low enough to stop me out. I could have held it longer though. I could have held it longer for sure. It never came down to break even on this. Let's see here. I get in here, my stop's here. So it didn't even come to break even. How high could I have gotten that? At least 2 to 1 on that before it come crashing down. It did hit 2 to 1. Yeah, interesting. That was the last trade. All right. So I'm happy with the trading today. Really am. I'm happy with my thinking. I'm happy with my risk management. I'm happy with my trade selections. I'm happy that I'm taking, I'm waiting patiently for the setups. And everything is developing quite nicely. So I'm grateful. Thank you, God. Thank you, Lord. All right. I'll see you on the next video. Don't forget our live streaming. It's kind of sporadic, but we try to live stream every day. But we'll see you on the next video anyway. God bless you. Take care. Love and peace.